Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel CCUK Resin, and in this experiment I'm going to see if I can make 20 key rings in just 10 minutes. So we're going to have to get a move on. I've already mixed up the resin. I'm using the Apex High Gloss and I'm just going to pour different amounts, so probably just about a third of the way full on most of these cups, and you'll see why in a minute. I'm not going to need a lot for the majority of this because the plan is to use 5 different glitters if possible, and one main colour as a metallic backing for these key rings. Probably going to need a bit more in this one because that's going to be my black. And it's going to be dead straightforward. So I've got these chocolate moulds, which are actually Pawprints. And I thought these would be pretty cool because a lot of us in the resin community are animal lovers as well. So all I've done is I picked out some glitters. So I've got these 2 holographic ones, the silver and the gold from Resiners. And then from Laura's Art Corner, I've picked out Blueberry Sparkle, Fancy Sandcastle, and Fancy Midnight Sky for the black. And the plan is to get a different colour in each one of these paw pads, and then back the whole thing in a metallic, almost creamy white paste. And hopefully it should give us a cool effect. So the first job is to mix up all of these glitters so that we can put them in. I've got to get a move on because I want to get this done in under 10 minutes. We're already 1 minute 40 in. So I'm just going to get my scoop. And again, I'm just guesstimating this, but I think 2 scoops, maybe 3. Don't want to be stingy. Let's do 3 scoops in each. So that is the Blueberry Sparkle. Probably going to take me more time to mix than pour this project, but I just thought it'd be a fun experiment. See if we can do it. Next one, I'm going to do this Fancy Sandcastle. I think this one's going to give me a little bit of bother because it's not the smallest. I've just realised we're going to have 2 different gold glitters here. Oh well, I still think it'll look cool, especially with 2 of them being holographic. As long as I don't put them next to each other. Then I've got the Fancy Midnight Sky. And you may remember, I used to hate glitter, guys. I'm a convert. Since I've upgraded my glitter collection, I think they can add some real depth to your pieces if you use them in the right way. So which one am I missing? Silver. And in fact, I am going to change that. I'm going to change the gold for a red because I've already got a gold and I want to have different colours. So let's go in here with the silver. 3. And I'm just going to grab a red holographic glitter. And then that should give us all of the different colours for the glitters. And hopefully, once these are mixed, we can use the pipettes. And I've never tried pipetting resin before, so that's going to be fun, I'm sure. And hopefully the glitter doesn't get stuck in the spout, but we'll find out in a minute. That's what this channel's all about, having fun, experimenting, and seeing what happens. So I'm just going to use my cocktail stirrer to mix these in and make sure that I'm reasonably happy with the consistency. So let's go with the black first. And that's a beautiful, dark, glittery, sparkly black. And again, I don't know if these are all going to intermix when I pour the colour in. I'm hoping it won't, because I'm hoping the weight of the glitter will keep it in the part of the mould that I want it in, even when I pour another colour over the top. And always wipe your stick in between stirs, guys. And do me a favour, if you're liking any of my content, just do me a favour and like and subscribe to the channel. Costs you nothing, but it helps us grow. And if you do want to help us a little bit more, consider joining membership. For the price of a coffee, it really helps support us. You get early access to every video. And on top of that, you get entered into a monthly prize draw to win a piece of my art wherever you are in the world. And who doesn't like free art? This is that silver. And again, you do want to mix it around so it's an even consistency. The last thing you want is a big clump. How are we doing for time? We're about 4 minutes in at this point. I don't know if we're including from the point of pushing record, or if we're going to say 5 minutes from the point of everything being mixed and ready to go. You let me know. Just take a bit more than 10 minutes, so be it. If we can make 20 key rings in 20 minutes, I'll be happy. It only works out 1 minute per key ring, guys. Here we go. And I think that would be amazing. And I've got this set up in my curing station as well, so hopefully it'll only take 2 hours to cure. And this Blueberry Sparkle is one of my favourite colours. I'm quite new to this glitter, but I got it from Laura's Art Corner. And again, if you want anything from Laura's Art Corner, use my discount code CCUK and get some money off. Or if you want any of the resin I'm using, head over to apexresin.co.uk, put in the same discount code and get yourself some money off. Pretty straightforward. So now, let's get a pipette and let's see what happens. Good thing is it's starting to draw it up. Bad thing is I'm not convinced on the consistency it's drawing up. We will see. So I've got some in the pipette, and now I'm just going to try and get it into this little cavity on each of these paws. And it will self-level out. So this is just the black first. I think I've mixed up far too much of these glitters based on how much it's taking. But there we go. Trying not to get air bubbles in it as well, which, as you can imagine, is a little bit of a pain. But it is drawing the resin up, so hopefully it's drawing the glitter up with it, and it will help us do this technique. And this is a very neat technique for somebody like me, who normally is very impatient with his resin, guys. If you watch the channel, you will know this, but I want to make these a little bit special if I can, because hopefully they'll be going out to some of the members of the channel as a thank you for supporting us over the past few months and helping us grow. And it really does make a huge difference. The members joining, watching the videos, liking the content. We've just finished 30 days of lives, which was amazing to get to know the community better and just get to know everyone a little bit more, because that's what this space is all about. It's about community, about helping each other. It's about supporting each other and helping everybody grow in that process. Now that spot has gone where I don't want it to. As long as it's only the one, I don't think it'll affect things too much. Again, trying to be as neat as I possibly can, but also trying to fill up that cavity. And again, I've got a wipe by the side of me, so if I can just wipe off that little bit, make it less obvious, I don't think it'll be too bad. So let me know, do you think this is going to work, or do you think as soon as I pour in the rest of this mixture, the glitter's going to go everywhere? There's only one way to find out, and that's to do it. And that's what this channel's all about. Just trying new products, new experiments, and hopefully learning together, guys. But I'm definitely going to have a lot of this left over, so I'm already thinking about what mould I'm going to use up the extra. And let me know what you think to this idea. Would you have done it differently? Would you have done it with UV resin? The thought did cross my mind, and then I changed my mind at the last minute and thought, no, I'm going to try it all in epoxy just to see what happens. If the weight of the glitter keeps it in its little section, or if it all intermixes. But it seems to be working. I'm just looking at them from above now, and with the exception of this little dot, it's all staying where it should be. So good. And apologies if my head is in the way at this point. It's hard to see everywhere. But you can see the idea. Filling in all of these paw pads with different glitters before we go in with the main colour. And on reflection, I'm thinking about this, and I probably should have done it in UV resin for these paw pads and then filled it with epoxy. But it's too late now, so we're going to see what happens. Last few for this black. Wait till we get to these tiny ones. It's going to be even harder, I think. There we go. Pretty happy though. Seems to be doing what I want it to. And I suppose staying in the cavity of these paw pads. I'm just checking as well, because I want it to keep that shape of the paw pad. And I think that is pretty much there. And I don't know if this is going to work. Maybe I should have mixed these with some alcohol ink as well, just to give it a bit of a darkness. But I think that's pretty much it for that black. Now it's just a case of doing it with the other colours. So I think I'm going to go on holographic first. So let's go with the silver. And I think this is literally going to be a couple of drops per paw pad. And I am going to have quite a bit left over. So it's deciding now what we're going to do with it. So literally 3 drops of this is all it takes to fill that paw pad. And really what you should be doing if you're doing this with epoxy, I think, is doing this first, letting it cure, and then adding that second layer. But I've already started, and I think it will still be an interesting experiment just to see what happens. And that's what we're going to do. Right, it's getting there. And I'm just conscious that the other resin will be heating up. Now, I don't necessarily think that's going to be a bad thing, but I want to make sure that I get this done reasonably quickly. And don't forget, we're trying to do it all in under 20 minutes. For something like this, it takes a lot of patience, which, if you know me, I don't have any. Lots of people call me Impatient Andy, but I thought I'd try something different. What will take a little bit of patience. Let's see what it turns out like. And you do tend to find the more time that you actually take on a resin project, the better the results you're going to get. So I think I'm going to have the red next. And again, just trying to get a full pipette worth, because it makes life a lot easier. There we go. 2 more to go. The resin at the side of me is heating up now. I'm conscious of that, but I've just got to get a move on, I think, and then we'll be good. Come on, Fantasy Sandcastle. And now the last colour, the Blueberry Sparkle, which really does sparkle. And that is pretty much the glitters in those paw pads. So now it's time to move those out of the way. And I have got an idea for them, if there's any spare, which I'm hoping there will be. But let's get this resin before it flash cures. It's already feeling pretty darn hot. And yes, I said the word darn. And all I'm going to do with this is probably mix up, this is metallic pigment paste, and just get a dollop in there. And that should colour the whole thing. Shouldn't need a lot, just to give it a lovely pearlescence and a colouring. And if I get a slight transparency, I'm not too fussed. I think it will still look pretty cool. But I do want to make sure it's mixed all the way through and it is feeling warm. So just making sure it's all going around. And look at that, beautiful. So if I get a bit of clearness, I actually think it'll look pretty cool. So now what I'm going to do is, before this actually all flash cures, because it is literally feeling that temperature, is just trying to slowly pour it into, and I do want it on a stick actually, because if I pour it onto the stick, there's going to be less friction. In we go. This is going to create a ghost-like pearlescence, hopefully. 1, 2. I'm going to speed this up. And there we go. That is all of those pretty much filled as much as I need them to be, which was about perfect timing based on the heat, what I could feel coming off that resin. But I've still got some spare glitters. So what can I fit in here first of all? I can definitely fit that mould in. And what else can I fit in? There must be another small mould near me. I've been using a lot of spare moulds lately. It's always good to have a spare drip mould next to you, just in case you get spare resin. So here we go, this should be a bit of fun. See if I can get some red into the flowers. And you know what, I think we can have a red glitter pot. Let's put a touch of red in the centre. And then I think, who doesn't like gold and red? So let's use some of this Fantasy Sandcastle just to fill this up. Beautiful. And then I think for the bigger piece, I want more of a bluish colour. So let's use this Blueberry Sparkle. And again, I've never tried glitter in these into resin moulds at the side either. So that'll be part of this experiment. See what it comes out like and whether or not I do it again. And there we go. So that's all of that Blueberry Sparkle. And I've still got a bit of the gold left. So let's just top it off with the gold. There we go. That is beautiful. And then the rest of them, I'm just going to scrape into a big mould at the side of me, and we're going to let these cure and come back in 2 hours and see if it was possible to make 20 key rings in 20 minutes. I'll see you in a sec. So here we go, guys, and it's been just over 2 hours in the curing machine, and these look cured to me. So let's have a look at what we've got. But before we do me a favour, go and like and subscribe to the channel. It's completely free and it helps us grow. And if you can, consider joining membership. Basically, it gives you early access to every video I make. And on top of that, you also get entered into a monthly prize draw to win a piece of my art. So here we go. Oh, wow. That's interesting. The way the red glitter went, it's almost a heart. But I do quite like the glitter in these diamond moulds. Yeah, that's turned out really cool. Let me know what you think. And again, that was just a spare piece of resin. Now this will be interesting. You watch, this will be the first one I've had where I don't get a bubble in this lid. Hopefully, and this is what I call a little tooth fairy pot. Oh no, I've got a bubble in the lid, like I normally do, but that is the lid. Look at that. So we've got the gold and we've got the red roses. That kind of worked. Now let's see if the pot has worked. Hope it has. And it will still be a tiny bit soft, but well, in fact it's not. It's just a little bit warm. There we go. And that's the tooth fairy pot, as I call it, because I think it's ideal for kids to put the teeth in when they fall out when they're young. Tooth fairy comes along, takes the tooth and puts some coins in there for them. But there we go. For some reason I always get that one bubble. I'm going to try it in deep pour and see if that helps. But there we go. Now let's see what these have worked out like. I hope they've worked out well because I've got 20 of them. So here we go. Oh, wow. Actually, I really like that. What do you think? And the glitters really stand out against just that white pearlescent. I think these are really cool. And I think they're great as sort of, as they are. Look at that. As maybe pocket hugs, something like that. Or very easy to turn into a little keyring. And I think these will all be pretty much the same. But just bear in mind, this took about 20 minutes to make 20 of these cool little keyrings, all in the same design. Look at that. And some are slightly more perfect than others, but all in all, I think they turned out stunning. Let's get the rest of them out and then we can have a look at them all together. So that is the first 10. Wish I'd have done half in black and half in white now, but oh, what's this? Oh, that's just a spare drip. But you know what? It's worked. And the glitter on its own has got enough colour to just colour those paw pads. And I think there's enough pearlescence colouring going through the rest of the piece. Let me know what you think to these. Would you like one? And I'll demold the rest as well, just so you can see. They're exactly the same. Cool little fun, well, chocolate mould. It just shows, don't just look for resin moulds, because chocolate moulds can often do the same job. As long as the silicone, you should be okay. And these are still quite shiny, they're not matte, so they don't need top coating, anything like that. I think they've come out really cool. So that's pretty much it for this video, but if you like this video, I'm sure you'll like the next one that YouTube's showing you. So do me a favour and watch it. I'll see you on the next video. I'll get you a couple of close-ups of these as well with the hardware on, so you can see what I've done with these and turn them probably into little keyrings. And always turn your mould back the right way around, guys, so that's ready for next time. But there we go, cool little project. 20 keyrings, 20 minutes, simple as. And I'll see you on the next video.